In today's episode, I want to unpack what's the one thing that you should do every day as a coach and entrepreneur. There's so many things that pulls at our attention, but where should we place our focus to grow a company? I'm on a mission to teach coaches and entrepreneurs how to make more, work less, hire their funnel, and let the funnel do the work. If you're ready, join me on Monetize with Marcus podcast. Welcome back to another episode of Monetize with Marcus podcast. Now, my goal, my focus is to help coaches and entrepreneurs learn how to make more, work less, hire their funnel, and let it do the work. Now, remember, a funnel is not just pages. A funnel is the marketing and sales process that you or somebody that you hire set up to take perfect strangers, wherever you may find them, whether it's the internet or in person, from being a stranger to knowing, loving, liking, and buying from you. And if you don't have a process to do that, you need to hire your funnel because it's going to work 24/7, 365 for you. Now, in today's episode, that's the purpose of the podcast, but in today's episode, I'm really going to drill down into what's the one thing that you should do every day as an entrepreneur. I know there's so many. Now, of course, if you got a staff, you got to process payroll. I understand you got SOPs you need to build, things of that nature. But what's that one thing that every entrepreneur should never let a day go by without doing? Like, this is crazy. Hold on, you ready? You pause. Dun, 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 dun. That dramatic feel. What's the one thing that you should do? Now, let's talk about some of the things that does pull at us. We've got content creation. All of us now should be leveraging the internet. We should be leveraging social media, whether that's TikTok, whether that's, you've heard the term multi-channel marketing. Multi-channel where you're leveraging, let's say right now, YouTube. You might be leveraging TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, LinkedIn. You're leveraging all of these different channels to market a particular thing. Now, certain content performs better on each, right? Short form, long form, going live, etc. Email marketing, text message marketing. These are all channels that you can utilize. Now, here's what I will say. Every one of them comes with a level of focus and time that it takes from you as an entrepreneur to constantly show up and produce. Like what I'm giving you right now takes time to get in here and film these podcasts for you because I want to add value to you. And I think it's important to just share my journey, the things I've experienced. Now, I'm going to talk about when I first started my business years ago, every day, the one thing that I used to do is post on social media. Well, the problem with that was it wasn't the free content that I was putting out. It was I didn't have a strategy. So I was putting out content and I was gauging my success by likes, comments, shares. That's how most of us do. We look at a vanity metrics like likes and comments, but that doesn't drive the revenue of the business. So I realized, okay, I did need to put out content. Like, I'm not saying that. But I realized that there are other things when I wanted to shift from not just a content creator, because that's not the business we're in. Like if you own a health and wellness business, you need to actually drive the revenue of the business. You're not a content creator. Content creation is your marketing strategy. See how different that is? I think most of us get caught up and forget like what is the actual thing that drives what. So like you're not a content creator. Content creation is what you do as a marketing strategy to ultimately sell. But we get so caught up on content creation that we're not thinking about all the other areas of our business. This is why we don't invest on the things we should. So we get flyers. We'll do flyers. We'll do photo shoots, but we don't overinvest in ads. If I have a way to constantly get me in front of more people that can learn about my products and my services, that's a better form of marketing. So one of the things we should be doing every day. No, don't get into that yet. Hold on, I'm gonna make you wait. But a very important aspect is I want you to think about what's that one thing that drives revenue. If you're not thinking about a way to constantly get in front of clients and a constant way to grow sales, like that's the thing. Now, if content does that for you, then content is the answer. But I don't want to make you wait anymore. Suspense is over. One thing that entrepreneurs should do every day is think the business, not just work the business. I can't emphasize this enough. Your ability to make time in your schedule as a part of your strategy, when I talk about thinking your business, part of your income strategy for whatever year you find yourself in should be to learn more information and to think about how to implement that in your business to drive sales. Like entrepreneurship is a thinking sport. Those who get knocked out of the ring are those who can't think the business. They bring work ethic, but a part of work ethic is also the rest process. I know I'm being hypocritical. I don't rest well. I'm being a hypocrite. But one thing I do exceptionally well is think the ins and outs of my business, that you should find a way to sit above it. So my coach, one of my coaches, I got more than one coach. One of my coaches, Marquell Russell, he said something to me so powerful. We were on a mastermind call, and he talked about thinking prompts. And he talked about how you can sit with one thought as a prompt and you just focus on that. So I'll give you an example. Shout out to Marquell Russell. So let's say, for instance, the one thing you should do every day is think about one aspect of your business that you can improve. So here's how that looks. You might say, let's say the income goal is 12 grand, right? Or 30 grand or 100 grand. What's the one thing I need to do in order to get to my income goal? That thinking prompt is where you sit with the business and think about all the things you need, who you need to hire, what needs to be the strategy, how many people you need. See, the one thing that's missing is, in most businesses, too much activity, not enough thinking. So we just do things and we don't know if it works or doesn't work. So our activity makes us feel like we're moving, we're improving, when we're just exhausting ourselves. But imagine if you just sat. This is how I come up with offers. And I'll sit and think about my client. What's the one thing that my clients are struggling with the most? I was like, man, most of them, they really don't know how to get sales. Like, they got a good offer, they don't know how to get in front of people. From that thought, you create the thing for them. Making sense? Right? So this is what you do. One thing that every entrepreneur should do every day is sit with the thought connected to their business. You say, let's say you sat with this thought. How do I lower my expenses and increase my revenue? That one thought is going to give you a few different answers. Let's just say you did a prompt and you set aside 10 minutes. My suggestion, no technology, use a pen and pad. You don't want to be distracted by nothing. You could come out of those 30 minutes and you could have strategy that could last you 6 months. So the one thing every entrepreneur should be doing, you can hire someone to do the work. You can't hire someone to think the work. You can hire someone to do the work. You can't hire someone to think the work. That's a good quotable. If you tweet me, put some respect on my name. All right. I need you to at your boy. You can hire someone to do the work. You cannot hire someone to think the work. Thinking the work is the job of the CEO. It's the job of you as the entrepreneur to think it. And when you invite people or hire people into your business, you're inviting them into your thoughts. That's all a business is, okay? I hope you've enjoyed another episode of Monetize with Marcus. Do not miss a day without doing this one thing. What would life look like? What would your business look like? Your revenue look like? If you just pick 3 thoughts and you just set aside, let's say 30 minutes a day, and you set 15 minutes and just wrote out that one thought and then went into action. So what you should do is this little strategy right here. Before I'm going, I got to give you this. Where's my camera? Right here. Before you create a to-do list, I want you to create a thinking list. What are the things that requires your thought process? Whether it's a SOP, content strategy, mapping out your content. Before you create a to-do list, create a to-think list. And then line up your to-do list with your to-think list, and you will see a drastic increase in your revenue. This has been another episode of Monetize with Marcus. I will see you in the next episode.